So we got a lot of things going on today. In the shop currently, we got the Mustang. I need to repair a little bit of the wrap, and the rear louver needs to get put back on. My newest project, which I won't fully explain what this is doing or why this is in here. And then Charger, we're still, of course, prepping, slowly bondoing. My homie Chase is in from out of town. If you guys remember the last K-Truck video, he was actually in that K-Truck video. And again, we're going to be doing some K-Truck project. We have F1 style mirrors on the K-Truck, which is going to be super cool. I think the look of this is going to match the racing inspiration that he has for this car. And they'll look very clean in comparison to the style of mirrors which he did have, which was bulbous and this big box. I should like show a photo of what it used to look like. Okay, so he has these like little cover pieces that look way more worn and stand out. So this little cover plate, whenever you pull it off, it exposes 2 bolts, and that's all that holds in the mirror assembly. So we're going to take this off, then we're going to cut off this little knob on the top of it, and we're going to mount his new mirror right here standing up. We're going to mount it pretty much like this, and it's a tiny little F1 mirror. And we're going to replace the giant truck mirror that existed that was like this big before. Improvements. At least we're hoping for an improvement. This is going to be mean. I'm excited about this. I'd grab my black paint, my flat black paint, I would paint those black. They stand out so much. Yeah, I'm down. And they're beat to all hell. Well, I'm down to even do them as like a... The cut was good enough. I'm just going to now trim it up a little bit. I real quick just marked up the 2 holes just enough that we can see it. Now I'm going to get the right drill bit for the bolt that we're going to put in it. Oh, because you're supposed to take photos of it? What? Well, they're supposed to like take photos. Yeah. Or else they get in trouble. Okay. See? That's what it's supposed to be like. So it's a flat finish. It's riveted into the back of it. It spreads and holds it in place. So... Yeah, I've got one more. I don't know where your more are. So this, what we did is there's a little rubber gasket that goes between the mirror and the old part of the mirror. We went through and we kind of finished it out. I do want to throw just a little bit of plain black paint on it in the meantime, but we have it mounted up. We're going to do the exact same thing. I had to drill out the recess in the back of this so that the screws can sit one down there, one up there easily. We're going to do the same thing on the other side and throw down some paint. So rubber gasket, then we have the actual screw. I'm going to place these in real quick. The little section with this tinier screw that's going to help tighten down the ball joint, that's going to change the positioning of the mirror, I'm going to throw in. I want this to be on the inside so the outside has a finished look. So that's everything that we're going to have on this side. We'll flip it upside down, and we're going to have 2 bolts that need to get rested on the top of this, and then we throw on an adjustable wrench, or if we can figure out what size it is, onto the end of it, and just make sure it's tightened all the way down. But this is going to give us a lot of adjustment and make the mirror pretty dynamic so we can get it in the most perfect of spots. So, for this side, it needs to go pretty much, actually like...
It tightens to the spot.
Yeah, if I can move the knob that's inside of it.
Yeah.
So something like this, because you want it to be squared up with the side of the car. That looks pretty good to me. Cool. So then all we got to do is, it's literally 2 screws and the cover plate. So let's do the same thing on the other side. We got these again. Literally just spinning it back down onto it all the way. Make sure it's extra taut. And then we're just going to use the ball joint that is tightened inside of it to do the last little bit. Feels good to get this K-Truck done. The builds for it's going to be super cool and super crazy. So we just dropped off Chase. You saw them in the earlier clips. We just filmed some Clockwork content when he was out for the weekend and some Icarus content. Now, without him, we're going to finish up the rest of this install. It looks really good thus far. I'm super excited to see what this is going to look like on the K-Truck. The K-Truck is supposed to be like a race-inspired with a wide-body kit and full roll cage and F1 steering wheel, stuff like that. So this is definitely going to tie into the theme of that car 110%. And wait till you see the color in which we paint it. because these mirror caps are going to get painted as well. So they might not look perfect right now, but once they're painted, they're going to look incredible. This whole aesthetic, I think, is going to match the K-Truck way better than the bulky, big square box that it had as mirrors before. So let's take these, throw these onto the car. So when we do go to paint this car, of course, these are coming off again, and then that is when we'll clean up all of the dirt behind these mirrors, but we're throwing them back down, same rubber gasket, same 2 points of mounting for the actual screws. Now with this F1 style mirror, I don't know how practical these are going to be with as far as visibility goes inside of them, but they're going to look super aesthetic and super good when we're done with it. Zinc plated screws, kind of nice feature, and we're going to be able to get some adjustability out of that later. So what happened to one of the mirrors, or did both of them break?
Both at the same time.
How?
So I was run off I made it the whole way without damage. Yeah. I get 60 miles away from home, and all of a sudden a semi-truck runs me into a construction zone.
Yeah.
The orange cone that hit that went off up to, like, it got pushed to the right. Like, bounced up slightly and then went to the right.
How did the other mirror break?
It took out this. The other cone, there was a row of cones. One cone just hit this. Because they were the big, like the orange ones, like the big tall ones, like the big circle wide ones, yeah. And so it just clipped this. I tried to thread between it, and then the middle one got.
Damn.
2 mirrors in one go.
Because he pulls up with no mirrors, and I'm like, where did your mirrors go? And he's like, long story. I will know if a car's there. Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
You can't really see a whole lot, though.
That's fine, though.
That's it. Okay, cool. Well, they're both mounted up right now. We are going to throw on the cover plates. These are just like little clips that cover up the screws and the hardware for the mirror, just like that. And then one more on the other side, and we've done a successful install. Does this look good to you or no? We just picked up the brand new windscreen for the K-Truck. We're going to rivet it in, and we're going to use the OEM trim to be able to hide all of the rivets we're going to do. So we're going to grab those real quick. But I feel like he's gonna bend the metal out and around. I don't like how sturdy this is.
Here, you can hold this carefully.
Is it lifting this edge up at all or no? Yeah, look, it is separating. It's separating off of the housing. When I do that, it's making this.
How about this? It's my vehicle. Let me do it.
Okay, you can have glass fly at you.
Yeah, let me do this. Let me do this. Alright, we swap.
He's not flexible enough for this. There you go. Kick it out. All your feet. All your feet. Continue, 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 continue. There you go. Now keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Told you. Keep pushing. There you go. Boom. Perfect. This is amazing. Now that we got the glass out, and there's a little bit of shrapnel, and we can easily see Griffin as we drive, we're going to be able to take this trim off, this heavy-duty trim, and we're going to be able to rivet into the weld pressure points all the way around the outside of this frame. This is going to leave a perfect spot to us to be able to rivet, and also be able to hide the rivets once we're done. This is going to be OEM plus perfect replacement for this glass that he definitely shattered. Now that this is laid on the ground, we're going to bring over the Lexan, and we're actually going to use this to be able to trace the outline that we're going to need for this exact same shape on our new piece. The cool part is I'm not drawing directly on the Lexan. There is a top protective layer that instead I'm marking. So whenever we remove this, I won't even have marked the actual Lexan in case we need to show it. So we got a new cutting wheel. This wheel is meant as a fine blade. It's meant for glass and tile. See how it does on here. It should easily be able to do the job. We need anything that's fine-toothed that looks like it cuts without cracking. So let's go. Hardening together is all. That's the leftover piece. Now we have his new windscreen that is Lexan. This is going to be the same transparency as normal windscreen. It'll actually be less prone to cracking or chipping, which is why race cars run this stuff instead of actual glass, and it's lighter. Woo. We got it in its original molding, and we're pulling off the top layer. Both of the top and bottom layer have this protective film over it. So we're gonna be able to see what the final fit and finish of this looks like once we get through all of it. So let's take this up and let's peel it up. Look at that. You can't even see it. There's one tiny scratch right there. It's the tiniest thing.
We'll buff that out.
But we'll be able to fix that later. I'm not concerned about that at all. In the meantime, we got it officially out, and we have a brand new windscreen. Griffin, how does it feel?
We get window caulking when we do it.
So I think what you do is you get caulking and then you clamp it down on each corner so that it kind of adheres and gets pushed down.
We're going to be using 3M window well, super fast urethane, OEM strength, easy caulking, fast curing. That's the number. It says NASCAR on the bottom, so it must be good. All right, let's get this done. We're going to apply a thin dime all the way around the outside in the corner of it. All right, we have the full line all the way around. We're almost ready to press this in. We also are going to have a couple of ratchet straps just to kind of hold this on harder while we also hold it on. It's about a 30-minute set time, so that gives us about 20 minutes left. So, time to get going. After much time and effort, we were able to get to it, and we were actually able to get the entire inside lip all the way done and around. Just straps, but if you notice, this sill is fully installed all the way around, and we put in that NASCAR stuff. There's a little bit of stuff on the inside, but don't worry, we'll clean that out. In the meantime, just appreciate that this car is slowly, I should say truck, is slowly getting finished. So now that we have a non-cracked windscreen, we just got to fix that front end area, and then we can finally get this thing on the road with a crazy wide body kit and all sorts of cool parts. We don't need instructions. We're just gonna go for it. So this print seems pretty self-explanatory thus far. This is not how it will be sitting. It will be sitting upright. We've swapped off to this wrench, and oh my god, this thing was a game saver. Because of how much of the bolt is actually being shown, using a normal socket like this is actually kind of a pain. So thankfully Skylar had these wrenches with the ends that tighten just by ratcheting. This is a world of difference. Now that's how much I gotta go on the other one. Then, once this is fully tightened, you can kind of see it mocked up. I actually want to have a holder here, so maybe just a circle that can actually hold that flag stand all the way up as a little bit of extra support. We could also put an actual little circle up on this portion so we can go straight up and hold it. Now, we might also weld this just to be extra secure, and we're also going to chop this off just for the looks of it, but that's a general idea. That is sturdy, not going anywhere. Plus, once we have a base here and maybe a top portion here, that would be perfect. Not only is this one of our flagship vehicles, but this is going to be one of our main show vehicles, so we need to make sure all of the promo and flags and everything and the decals are perfect for our brand.